bees, welcome to my YouTube channel Wandering Through the Works, and I hope you all are doing well. First of all, thank you so much for supporting me and showering so much love on my previous video. I hope you guys will keep supporting like this. Also, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so every time I upload a new video, you will get notified. So let's start with today's book review. So today's book which I'm going to review is from one of my favorite authors, Khalid Hosseini. Khalid Hosseini is an Afghan-American writer who started his writing career with his debut novel, The Kite Runner, in 2003. And we all know that Khalid Hosseini is a master storyteller. The book which I'm going to review today is And the Mountains Echoed. Now this book was published in 2013 and this book got its title from one of William Blake's poem, Nursery Song, and actually there was a line in his poem, And the Hills Echoed. So Khalid Hosseini changed it to And the Mountains Echoed because as we all know that Afghanistan is a country where we can see so many mountains. This book actually covers a time period of 60 to 70 years and talks about 3 generations which are settled in 3 different nations, France, America and Afghanistan. So I hope you will enjoy the summary and review. So let's begin. So as you begin to read this novel, you will find this quote written by Rumi in the beginning of the novel which says, "Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field, I'll meet you there." So this quote is very much related to the story of the novel, and later you will find how after I'll tell you this summary of this novel. And so let's begin with the summary. So what happens actually, first of all, there is a story within a story. The father Sabur is telling a story to his children Abdullah and Pari, a bedtime story in which one father, Baba Ayub, who lives in a village, and in his village what happens that a monster was there, and he usually used to come to the village every month or in every 2 months and takes away a child with them. And what he used to do is he always tap or knock on the roofs of the villagers' house, and the house on which he has knocked, they have to give one of their favorite child to the monster. So one day he knocked the roof of Baba Ayub's house and he gave away his 5th son, which was his favorite son, Qais. And years passed and Baba Ayub was missing his son very badly. So one day he decided to go to the hill, to the house of the monster, and from there he decided to come back with his child, Qais. So he went to the monster's house, and there he saw that Qais is now a grown-up child and he's playing in the garden with other children and he's very happy. He seems to look very happy. The monster comes and says to Baba Ayub, if you want to take away your son, you can take him away with you. But once he steps outside this house, he will forget every memory he has made here. So Baba Ayub look at him and he decides to leave him there, and he comes home alone. I'll tell you that why he did so. And he still he was missing his son, and always he used to listen those jingling sounds of the bell which was tied around the neck of Qais. So here the story ends, and Sabur, the father, tells his children Abdullah and Pari to go to sleep now. Now next day what happens that Sabur has to go to Kabul, where he has one work. He has to work as a mason to build some building or one room in like in the house of owners of Uncle Nabi. Uncle Nabi was actually Sabur's brother-in-law, and like he was the brother of his wives. Now Sabur has 2 wives, Masuma and Parwana. Masuma was actually his first wife, and he very much was in love with Masuma, but then something happened, I'll tell you later. And Parwana, Sabur married to Parwana and gave birth to another child, Iqbal. So Pari and Abdullah are 2 siblings, and Iqbal is their stepbrother. Now what happens that Abdullah and Pari went with Sabur, and there they meet their uncle Nabi, and there it is decided that Sabur's daughter Pari, who is very small, like 4 or 5 years back then, and he decides to sell it to the Wahadatis, the owners of Uncle Nabi, and in whose house Sabur was going to work. So he sells his daughter, and in like he gets some money in exchange. And when he was going back home, only Abdullah and Sabur came back home, and Abdullah asked that why did he do so. Sabur told Abdullah that he did it because he wanted a better life for Pari. Now the story goes very like it. Many years passed, and in the story, what happens that Neela Wahadati, who is the mother of Pari, new mother of Pari, who had adopted Pari, she leaves to Paris with Pari, and Pari there studied mathematics. Here, Suleiman Wahadati got ill and he got paralyzed, so Nabi used to take care of him. And Suleiman Wahadati always used to draw Nabi's paintings or sketches. Like when Nabi was watering plants, he used to draw sketches. And because Suleiman Wahadati fell in love with Nabi, and this is told later in the novel. Now I'll tell you that about Masuma and Parwana. In this book, actually, each chapter belongs to each character and their stories, their lives, that how things happened in their life. So what happened that actually Masuma was very much in love with Sabur, and Sabur was in very much love with Masuma. Masuma was actually a very beautiful young woman, and Parwana was her sister. Parwana was also very beautiful, but not as beautiful as Masuma. So Sabur started loving Masuma, and they both decided to marry, but Parwana got jealous of her sister, and one day when Masuma was playing, Parwana threw her from the tree, and she got paralyzed, like her legs stopped working and she wasn't able to work anymore. So Sabur then married another woman, but she also died because of some reasons, and then he decides to marry Parwana because someone was needed to take care of the children. So this is how Parwana and Masuma became the wives of Sabur. And Parwana was in very much guilt for her whole life that she did this to her sister, but she never accepted this thing as a mistake. She thought maybe this is what God wanted to happen. Now the story passes forward, and Uncle Nabi, who's a very good friend of Dr. Marcos, told one day that actually Abdullah and Pari are sisters. So Dr. Marcos went to Abdullah and he told Abdullah that you have a sister. And Abdullah actually remembered that yes, he had a sister, and actually Abdullah never forget about it, but as you grow up, you start losing some memories, you start forgetting some memories. So it just came back, and he suddenly remembered that yes, he had a sister named as Pari. Here in France, what was happening, like Neela Wahadati was in love with Julian, and Pari always looked at him as a father figure. But later in the coming years, when Pari was her in college days, she started loving Julian, and then one day when she told Neela Wahadati that she's very much in love with Julian and she wants to marry him, Neela Wahadati says that we are no longer mother and daughter. And there was always conflicts going on between this mother-daughter because Neela Wahadati was a renowned poet, and Pari on the other hand was a mathematician. So always this logical conflicts were going on between them. And then what happens that there are another characters, Idris Bashiri, Dr. Taimur Bashiri. And now Dr. Idris Bashiri, he actually came to Kabul to look after children who have been a victim of the during the Taliban times. And he started working in a hospital. There he met Dr. Amra, and Dr. Amra, who was actually a nurse, was looking after this small girl Roshana, and Idris in those days told her that one day he will going to do an operation with Roshana and she will be all well. She will be able to live a life of her own again. But when Idris Bashiri came back to America, he actually forgot about Roshana and the promise he has made. Roshana used to write letters to him, but he never replied back to those letters, and he got busy with her daily works. And one day when Taimur Bashiri went to Kabul, he met Roshana, and he actually helped Roshana in getting or in having the operation which she wanted, or which could change her life. So after Roshana got the operation, she started writing this book, and as she grew up, she wrote this book, and in this book she mentioned about Amra and Taimur Bashiri. And when Idris Bashiri came to know about it, he went to the live sessions which she was having in America, and there she recognized Idris and she told him that, don't worry, I haven't written anything about you, and it's only about Amra and Taimur, that how these two people have helped me in improving my life. Now the story moves to Marcos' mother, Odella. She was very much ill, and one day her friend Medellina, she came with her daughter Thyla. Thyla always had this marked on her chin or cheeks part, like the whole part, and she was actually bitten by a dog. And when Marcos and Thyla became friends, she told Marcos that you should follow photography, and she gave her father's money to Marcos so he can start with his photography career. And in between they became good friends, and Dr. Marcos told Thalia that one day he's going to operate this part of her and she will be beautiful again. But Thyla said that no, she doesn't want such operation. And after this, Marcos' mother got ill, and she told him actually how much she loved Marcos, and she never expressed, but she loved her only child very much. Now the story comes back to Abdullah, and Abdullah here now had one daughter whose name is Pari, so we'll mention her as Pari 2. And one day when Pari 2 has left her education, she left her education to take care of her ill mother, and after her mother died, she started take caring of her father Abdullah. And one day when Abdullah was actually going through dementia, he got this disease when he was old, and when he was in this stage or was going through this disease, Pari found this box, and in that box he found one yellow feather, and a letter. In that letter it was written that someday Abdullah has written this letter for Pari 1, and it was written that someday I'm going to give this feather to Pari. Actually, this was a feather which Pari wanted in her childhood when she used to live with Abdullah and her father. And Abdullah got in a fight with one boy of his village to get that feather for Pari. So he has kept that feather in this box, and through here Pari 2 came to know about his aunt, that she has a aunt who is her father's sister. And then she started searching about Pari, and when she got to know where she lives, she invited her to meet Abdullah. Also, Abdullah got Pari 1, she was very excited that she's going to see her brother after a long time, and Pari actually didn't remember about Abdullah because when they got separated, she was a small child, but she always has this memory, like Baba Ayub always listened to those jingling sounds. Pari also had this in her subconscious mind that something is there, like she has everything but something is there which is missing. So now she got the answer that her brother is there, so she went to America. She met Abdullah there, but Abdullah was not able to recognize her, and he thought maybe she's someone else, she's not Pari and she's someone else. Later on, Pari 2 went to travel with Pari 1, and in that, when they both were staying in a hotel, Pari too saw this dream that Abdullah and Pari are still kids and they are lying on this hilltop which is full of greenery and they are looking at the clouds, and here the story ends. Now, how is it related to the quote? Actually, it is written that beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field, I'll meet you there. So this goes with the story that someday, even we get separated, someday there is a place, there will be a place where we are going to meet again. Now coming to the reviews, I actually told you already that I love the Khalid Hosseini's books and I very much like this book. First of all, it is a book about separation, love and pain that people go around in order to survive. Like first of all, which I get from the story which we have read about Baba Ayub, that parents usually are very much into the thought of giving their children a better life, even though they have to get through this separation from their children. So like Baba Ayub didn't bring back Qais with him because he wanted a good life, and Qais was very much happy because Baba Ayub knew that if Qais is going back to the village, there he has to face a lot of trouble, like sometimes you have to face drought, sometimes heavy rain, so he will not be able to be happy there. Now here he's very happy, and the same idea goes in the story that Sabur was very much into providing his children a better life. So he sold Pari to Wahadatis because he knew that Wahadatis are the best parents for Pari and they are going to take care of her daughter and will provide her a better life. Now coming to the idea of exchanging for money, this is the idea which I think is Khalid Hosseini wants to highlight, that for money, like people even get separated from their children because they wanted money so badly. Third, which I love, is the idea of the way he has praised the whole story around the separation of a brother and a sister, and then they met again. Abdullah as a big brother is shown as a big brother, and he loved his sister very much, and they have to go this separation, and the separation continues for 60 years, and finally when Pari met Abdullah was not able to recognize her. Also there's a little bit of pain, actually there is a lots of pain in the story which we can see through different relations. One thing which I found odd about the book was introducing so many characters in the novel which are not even like very much related to the main characters, Sabur, Abdullah, Nabi and Pari. So I didn't like the idea of introducing so many characters, because I remember that when I started reading this book, I actually have to go back again and again so that I don't get confused what is happening in the story. And also it is very difficult to remind so many characters how they are related to each other. So I don't think that Idris Bashiri or Taimur Bashiri had something to do with the story. Like I think that Khalid Hosseini have introduced such characters just to pull the story forward, to bring it to an end, because the main characters, as we all know, are Pari 2, Pari, Sabur, Masuma, Parwana, Uncle Nabi and Abdullah. Also Iqbal, I forgot to tell you that Iqbal had a son Golam, and he's related to the story as well, but not so much. Like he's not the main character, he's just a side character who has helped the story in bringing to an end. So that's the only thing which I don't like about the story. Also the idea of jealousy between the sisters is very common. It's a common thing, like we cannot deny the fact that sisters are not jealous, even brothers are not jealous of each other. This is a human nature, like you get jealous, and in a family where two sisters or two siblings are living, you can always find this idea of jealousy coming up in two of them. Of the one thing which I like about is the idea of bringing Thalia to the story, and like as she said that we get scars, and many of us are very much ashamed of those scars, and we do various kind of treatments, plastic surgeries to cover those scars and to get a beautiful face. But Thalia on the other hand was very much confident about her. Even she had this scar. She said no for a plastic surgery when Dr. Marcos told her that he can help her in getting a beautiful face. She said no. So this tells us that whatever scars you have, they are actually a memory. They are like a memory, and you should not be ashamed of them. One more thing which I like about the story is the character of Roshana. Through Roshana, Khalid Hosseini have highlighted that how there are people who don't want anything from you, even though you have, like Dr. Bashiri had made this promise, and it's very common for all of us to break promises. Even though he broke his promise, Roshana didn't have this idea of revenge, or this idea of like this disgusting feeling about him, and she doesn't mention about him in her book. So these were the reviews about the story, and I hope you have liked the novel. I personally suggest you that you should read this novel. This novel is wow. You'll find a lot of things about human relationships in this novel. This novel is actually a family novel, I must say. Like, you can understand a lot of things that many families has to go through. I remember that I saw this documentary on Nepal family where there were like three sisters in the house, and one boy. And the family, his mother and father, were very much forcing this boy to get married because there was no one to take care of his mother and father. And one of their sister got married early, and she had this 3 children, and this boy and her 2 younger sisters used to study in one of the schools in Kathmandu. So that is also a very lovely documentary, and if you want to see that documentary, I will provide the link of that documentary in the description box below. So this was the summary, and I have given the reviews, and I hope you have liked the review, the summary. And if you are watching this channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Also, if you have liked this video, please like, share and comment, and share it with your friends or family members who love to read books, because this is the books I must suggest to them that they should read. Thank you so much. Take care. Sayonara.